Okay. Yay, I think we are working now. Yes. Welcome, everybody. Today, I am just going to be knitting on something that... Wait, why can't I think? Let's see, this is what happens when I don't have editing. Okay, today I'm going to be knitting something that I am writing a pattern for. So that's where we're at. Is that my hair? Oh my gosh. Did you see? Okay, I was looking at the reflection here and it really creeped me out. It was just my hair moving. Whoop. Let me just adjust this. Okay, perfect. Looks like the quality is quality-ing now. I am so sorry. But earlier we had a failure. I tried streaming without testing it, and that is a mistake. Always make sure you test stuff. And I think what happened was I was trying to add a delay to the stream on my streaming software, but I believe YouTube has a bit of an automatic delay, so regardless I didn't really need to add that. And I think it was just slowing everything down and ruining everything, and I'm trying to stream on a literal like MacBook laptop. It's a really powerful boy, but it is not gonna be like a proper streaming computer setup, unfortunately. But yeah, because I'm writing my own pattern, I don't really know where to go to. I'm gonna do a few more rows and then I have to write things down for this once we do like a new row basically. And I think I always find it, oh sorry, I got a warning about my stream's bitrate being too low and I don't even know what that means. I'm gonna have to look into that later. Anyway, I get a lot of questions. No, I don't. That's such a lie. What am I trying to say? I have a lot of questions is what I'm trying to say. I have a lot of questions, or I did before, about how people write patterns for knitting patterns and like where do you even start with that? So I figured I could share with you all how I do that process while I work on this pattern. Oops, am I not in frame? I'm gonna have to keep track on here. Wait, okay. I am. There we go. Yeah, so I figured I could kind of tell you guys some of my tips for my process of how I write patterns, essentially. So I usually start off with how I want the piece to look. So I sketch kind of what is going to be the shape, what's going to be the texture, like what's the fabric that we're going to be creating essentially. So for this example, I wanted it to be the fluffy boucle, obviously. And I keep in mind, this is so hard to do increases. Oh my gosh, this is why I edit my videos so heavily. If you guys watch me struggle, to be fair, this yarn is very struggle bus. Like, it's so hard not to grab the actual string and not the... There we go. So, yeah, I start with thinking about the fabric, thinking about what it's gonna look like. So for this example here, this is a boucle yarn and it's mostly alpaca, I believe, and it's the dropped alpaca boucle. So alpaca is going to be very thick. It's going to be very warm, like really, really, really insulating, really warm. So I'm keeping that in mind with what I'm creating. And for the piece that I'm creating, I don't want it to be super, super warm since it won't have long sleeves. It's going to be like no sleeves, essentially, or just like straps. So because of that, I want the fabric to be a little bit less dense. So I'm kind of using a bigger needle size. And you can kind of see that when I hold it like here. You can almost see through it a little bit, but when you're wearing it on your body and you're not stretching it out, you won't see through it. So it keeps it light, keeps it fluffy, so it's not too dense. Because if I did a really tight gauge with really small needles, then it would be super dense and it wouldn't have as nice of a drape either. So those are kind of the things I was keeping in mind when choosing needle size and when I'm doing gauge swatches. I'm trying to figure out how that's going to drape, how dense it's going to be. I want it to not be see-through, obviously, but light enough that it isn't too heavy or too warm, but dense enough that it's not see-through. So it's about finding that balance. So that's kind of where I start. Then I'm drawing that sketch, and then from after drawing the sketch, because it's easy to know what you want to make and the shape that you want to make and having that idea, then you got to figure out the construction. And to me, for me, I think the construction is kind of one of the best parts, because that's where I really like to stretch my creative muscles, is when I'm creating the construction. So that's where I try to draw ideas like, what's the best, most efficient way to do this? Or sometimes it's like, what's going to be the funnest way to knit this? And so then that's always like personal preference. But that's what I'm trying to do with my construction, obviously, is I'm going to try to make a construction that I enjoy. So for me, I don't like doing things like seaming together unless it's really necessary for the piece. So that's something I usually try to avoid if I can. And I also think for what I'm making, the drape is nicer too, to not have it be seamed. So that's what I'm kind of going for. And I'm not really talking about what I'm making. I'm sure you can kind of guess, because it's a surprise. And this is like really early stages of it. And I know I write these patterns really slow, so I don't want people to be taking my ideas. No, I'm just kidding. I doubt that would happen. Everyone in the knitting world is super friendly and super chill. So that's kind of how I feel about writing patterns. Like, I'm at the construction part. What am I going to do? Make it easy and fun, and, you know, working in the round is going to be obviously the easiest, funnest type of like way to go about it. So that's probably something that I will try to incorporate, like stuff like that. Like last pattern that I wrote that I actually released, which is on Ravelry and Etsy, it's like a little sweater. It's a little cat sweater pattern. It's super cute. And with that one, I hate doing twisted rib. And I'm not just talking like half twisted rib is fine, but like full twisted rib so that it looks twisted on both sides is such a pain in the ass to do. And earlier on when I started knitting, I used to make a mistake where I would do twisted rib on the wrong side, and I was like, how the hell is that working? Like, what? So I was analyzing what I was doing wrong, and I finally figured out I was purling in a weird way. And because of that, I was able to take my mistake and turn it into like a brand new technique for doing a full twisted rib. And so that's something I'm really proud of and think is really cool and saves my life because I hate purling through the back loop. It's just, it takes too much time. It's bothersome. I don't want to do it. It's just not, it's not for me. It's not the vibe. So I came up with this different way to do twisted rib so that I can purl without purling through the back loop. And I am so happy with that technique, and I will definitely imply it in any pattern where I do end up doing twisted rib. So yeah, that's definitely something that's really fun. I only really have it super solidly figured out for in the round right now, but I'm sure it's something I can test and play with to get it to work flat as well. Yeah. But yeah, the little collar for that pattern is like flipped so you can see both sides of the ribbing, so that's why it had to be like a full twisted rib essentially. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with writing patterns. And then the fact that I am trained in graphic design, I'm able to lay out the patterns well. I like to believe in myself and think that I lay out the patterns well. So I think that's like another part of writing patterns is you gotta think about how it looks and how enjoyable it'll be for the reader to go through it and read it easily, because like the whole thing with knitting is you want it to be easy and you want it to be fun and enjoyable, and so every step of the process should be fun and enjoyable. And so that, like, as a pattern writer, you're kind of trying to keep that in mind, like, how can I make every step fun? That's kind of that. If you want, I can show you guys other things I'm working on. Put that to the side for now. I have this looks like nothing right now. Let me take this out. Making a bag. And the fun thing about making a bag is you can store your yarn inside it when you're carrying it around. So that's pretty fun. Oops, and then I lost my marker. But you guys, look at this. Oh, I hope it focuses. Look at this little marker. It's so cute. It's a little cow. I got this stitch marker at Knit City, Vancouver. Was it last year? Oh my gosh, yeah, I think it was last year. And, you know, I had to go buck wild, obviously. And Knit City is always on my birthday for some reason, which is really awesome. So it was my birthday, so like, oh my gosh, I have to, you know, go crazy. And so I got a bunch of stuff at Knit City. I wish I did a vlog or a video on it afterwards, because I did buy a few things. That would have been fun, but I didn't get enough footage because I was just in the moment. And I also went by myself, so that's something that I recommend to people. Is like, go do stuff by yourself. It's really fun. Like, it's nice to just go do activities by yourself and take yourself on dates and do activities that you like to do. Like, I always go to the thrift store by myself, and I don't really go to the movies by myself, but if I was really into that, I would, you know, stuff like that. So anyways, I'll show you guys this bag. This is the Winter Clutch by Petite Knit, obviously, because I pretty much only make like Petite Knit patterns at this point. But look how pretty the colors are. Oh my gosh. Doesn't that look so good? And the bottom, like the construction of this is really nice. Look how beautiful the bottom looks. Well, I'm not showing it very well, yeah. You can barely see, you know, the little seam there basically, and then same thing where you pick up on the sides. I'm pretty proud of how this is going so far. I'm a little bit worried about running out of yarn, but I believe I had the correct amount based on what I was supposed to have. So I think it should be fine. But yeah, this feels kind of light now. You're probably wondering, what is this yarn? Oh my gosh, it's so obvious. It's Noro. It's Noro Silk Garden Sock Solo. in the colorway T82, and I used this to make a terrazzo sweater a while back, and then I had a lot of it left, so I also made a little sweater for Luna, and then my cat, and my hairless cat. If you don't know that I have a hairless cat, then you're probably new here, so hi, welcome. Anyways, made a little sweater for her, and then I still had so much left, so I totally like miscalculated how much I needed for the sweater. Regardless, I don't mind having too much Noro. That's super fun. So I figured I'd make this little clutch because I really wanted to make this clutch. I thought it was super cute, and I also saw someone use Noro for a different petite knit bag, and it was so beautiful and like so rainbow, and so I really wanted to do that. So I've got this Noro yarn, and this is all you need for gauge. You just need this Noro yarn. However, when I did the terrazzo sweater, I held it with this beautiful Knitting for Olive. Oops, there's a little piece of fluff in there. This beautiful Knitting for Olive mohair. It's ethereal. It's soft. It's beautiful. Look at this. I wish you guys could feel it. It's so cute and squishy. Anyways, this is. Oops, sorry about that. This colorway is called Unicorn Purple, I believe. And it just really brings out the purpley colors in this yarn, and they look great together. So that's kind of how it looks. And then it just adds a really pretty halo to this bag. I think this will be such a unique, such a fun accessory. That's something that I've been really into lately with outfits, is trying to pair like a really unique purse or accessorizing more with purses, because I find that for myself purses have been really underrated and I haven't been enjoying playing with purses enough, so I think like that can really make or break an outfit. So having a really cute, unique, fluffy little purse like that will be super cool. So that's something else that I'm working on. Oops. Ugh. Making that sound, sorry. Okay. And I need to weave in and stuff. This is, if you can't tell, a hat for Luna. It's a little strawberry hat, and I'm almost done. I just need to add a couple more leaves like that, and then make like the little ties on the sides. And try to weave in these ends a little bit better because it looks like that on this side. And I didn't really realize when I was adding the little white parts that you'd be able to see so much of it when she's wearing it. So that was kind of a fail. I should have taken more time to do this nicely. Don't look at that. But yeah, I'll try to clean that up. Add the little ties for the side, and then I can be done with this cute little hat. Yes! Super adorable. I love it. The hard thing too about, anyway, I'm going back to my thing that I'm writing a pattern for. The hard thing too about writing a pattern is like, I have to guess a lot of the times. I'm not quite where I want to be yet. I think I have to do a couple more increases, and then we're pretty well. Couple more rows. Whoops, sorry. Couple more rows, couple more increases, but then we're pretty well on our way to having this first little piece done. But yeah, I've been really putting this on the back burner. And I need to work on it more. Straight up. Okay, also I'm going away next week. I'm going to Disneyland, and then I'm going to the H3 podcast live show in LA, which is super exciting. I can't believe I got tickets. They sold out in literally like 5 seconds. Or no, not 5 seconds, but like a minute. They sold out in a minute, which was crazy. But anyways, I'm a big fan. If you don't know what it is, I don't know how to even explain it. And if you do know what it is, I'm going with Christian, my partner, He's so funny. He doesn't know a whole lot about it, but he's excited, and I've been showing him clips and stuff, so he's excited to go. And obviously we're doing Disneyland too, so it's super fun. Regardless, we're going on a trip. So the thing is, what do I take to knit on the plane? Because I don't really have anything small to bring for knitting on the plane. And like easy, I just want something uncomplicated that I can work on. I forget, totally did something wrong there. Yeah, I just want something uncomplicated that I can work on. That's like stockinette in the round. Like, so I always think like a sock. A sock's the perfect thing to bring on a plane to work on. But I don't know if I have any socks that I feel like doing right now. And the nice thing about a sock too is they might not be too attached. Because the thing is, I am so worried about them taking away my needles. Because I've heard that happening before, and you're totally allowed to bring knitting needles. There's no rules against bringing knitting needles. But sometimes the security people are just rude. And they don't want to hear it, and they don't care what kind of rules there are. So it makes me nervous because I don't have any needles that I'd really be willing to give up, especially sock needles. My sock needles are like oddies. I'm like, girl, I'm not gonna let you take my Audi needles. The heck? No. So I don't know what to do. Do I even bring knitting? I could bring these because these are like wood needles, but how am I gonna work on like writing this pattern on the plane? I feel like that's too complicated. Ugh. So if anyone has any ideas, let me read chat. If anyone has any ideas, let me know. I have an appointment in like 15 minutes, so I'm gonna have to go soon. Also, did you guys hear about the new YouTube monetization? Because my channel is at 500 subscribers, and I would love to like be able to get monetized and try to make YouTube something like a career one day. That's honestly my main goal. But now they've changed it to 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours for doing more super chat type stickers and thank yous and stuff like that. And I think a lot of those things kind of benefit streamers more too. So it's interesting. It seems like they're trying to kind of get people from Twitch to move to YouTube a little bit more. And yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, the reason I bring it up is because I've wanted to start streaming more anyway here on YouTube. I've only just been making videos and making shorts, but I've definitely wanted to do streams. And so I kind of want to know how everyone feels about that and if people want to watch streams. I know Tiffany Lou does streams, and those are always really fun, and I like hanging out with those too. And I'm trying to basically figure out maybe what I want to do for streaming. So if you guys have anything else you'd like to see or like us to hang out to do, unfortunately, I can try setting it up again now that I've fixed the settings a bit more to do video games. We could do Animal Crossing together if you guys are interested. Do Fortnite if you really wanted, but no one wants to watch me play Fortnite. Probably. We could do sewing, but that might be really loud and obnoxious. So that's why I was like, oh, knitting's kind of the best thing to do. We could do crochet too, for sure. We could do crochet. Nothing's stopping us there. But we could also just do topics every week if you have topics you want me to talk about, or like reviewing TikToks and anything like that. I think any of that stuff would be super fun. So let me know if you have any fun things you guys want to do together for streams. For now, I think knitting is the way to go. But also, let me know what times works best for everybody. Because I'd love to be able to stream at times that are good for everyone. And I keep saying a lot. My brain is having a hard time thinking. Yeah, scooped. Okay. Anyway. This is the progress we've made. Can you even see a difference? I can't. Yeah, I think I still have to do a few more rows with these little increases. Yeah. Would love to know what you guys think. And yeah, I'm also trying to figure out too how to have you guys know when I'm streaming, so maybe scheduling the streams more, and that way you guys can know when I'm gonna go live and have more of a schedule. Like I said, next week I'm gonna be away, so I probably won't be able to next week. But I was thinking the weekends would be good, but maybe you guys are wanting to be out and do stuff. Summer's a hard time, I get that. Maybe evenings. I don't know. So that's all the time I have for y'all today. It's kind of a shorter stream, but this is kind of like the intro stream. And thank you for being here. And if you're coming for the playback, thanks for coming. We will talk soon, hopefully. Like I said, I'm gone next week. I'm working on a really cool video right now, by the way, for you guys. And yeah, I am so happy with how it turned out. It's a sewing video. Well, I'll tell you guys here, so you get the exclusive, you get the inside scoop if you come to the streams. I'm making Bella Hadid's Met Gala dress from 2022. And I'm going to be wearing it at a fun location. And yeah, the dress is already done now, so now it's just about editing the video and doing the final showing it. And yeah, that's kind of where it's at. So I'm pretty stoked on that, and I hope that I can have it up for you guys by next week. And then I gotta come up with more ideas for videos after that. But yeah, thank you so much for being here, and we will talk soon.